If you've been hiding under a rock, then you don't know that Kanye West invited a lot of celebrities and young dignitaries and socialites out to
Wyoming.
Jackson Hole, Wyoming, yeah. Clearly he talks about his daughter and the fears of raising her and what she could do or might not do. And what was Nicki Minaj's thing at the end?
Oh, and I love that too because she wrote that part that he said.
I'm saying it like, I want a daughter like Nicki. Oh, man, I promise I'm going to turn her to a monster, but no Minaj's.
Listen, I agree. I think what Pusha did was probably the biggest thing he's ever done in his career from a social standpoint.
Socially correct.
I think that, and I'm somewhat socially consumed as well. Like, I mean, Grinding was probably his biggest, record to date. My Happy Monday this week, I posted, never compare your grind with others. You are not the same.
Baller alert!
The dream is real.
Get up, get up, get up.
It's about to go down. Newsflash.
Wake up, wake up, wake up.
Slacking on your pimping, turn it up.
You know, if you're going to shoot, you better shoot straight because a wounded animal is the worst thing you can deal with.
Facts.
Welcome to the Baller Alert Show, featuring your lifestyle specialist, Kenny Burns, with Sue Solo and Ferrari Simmons.
The dream is real.
Lifestyle specialist Kenny Burns.
Kid Ferrari Simmons.
And this is the Baller Alert Show.
Sue Solo, we love you.
We love you.
We miss you.
Come here, you little roly-poly, word for love, stuffy, rubby. I was trying to be cute, but that didn't come out right. We miss you. Sue Solo's out sick today. Ferrari Simmons.
What's happening?
Burns, how was your weekend, brother?
It was good. My daughter turned 1 yesterday, over the weekend. Baby Chase. Super lit.
Oh, happy birthday, baby Chase.
Yep. Since I got 2 birthdays in June, my soon-to-be 10-year-old, we gonna do the birthday parties together.
I saw you with the training wheels out this week.
Oh, yeah, I was getting little Rari on the bike. Put it on the screen.
Yeah.
I got little Rari on the bike.
Accomplishment,
we
right
got 2
there.
training wheels right now. We taking off the training wheel. We taking off 1 this week, and then he gonna need knee pads, elbow pads, helmet, all that, because we on training wheel list.
Pad them
in
up.
2 weeks.
Pad them up.
About to be a long
Shout
summer.
out to my niece and nephew. How was your activities in the club?
Activities in the club is always standard, super, super dumb lit. You know
It's
what I'm
nothing
saying?
standard about your chain, and I'm tired of you saying that.
This is the new boy right here.
It was the normal turn up. We did our thing. Okay, that's a new big old rose gold.
It's a big one.
Yaminery around your neck.
Wifey, what's up, Wifey? The Wifey way.
Yeah,
super
shout out to
lit.
Wifey.
Thank you, Wifey.
You getting money, Rari? What's going on?
Man, I would like to say,
I saw
I'm
your
saving,
shoe collection.
saving,
You're constantly promoting your shoe collection.
I'm actually transitioning from one type of case to the next type of case.
I need that case, I think, maybe.
Because the cases that I have, if I need something on the bottom, I gotta take the whole.
They got like a door in the new joints, right?
The new joints got a door. I can just go all the way. Yeah, super lit.
Sounds like a whole movement you got going on.
Yeah.
But you're saving some of your money too, because I see you getting a lot of bags.
Save half.
Okay,
I save half.
You make and then you save half immediately, and then in the taxes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, taxes paid.
Everybody out there not paying your taxes.
Super
everybody out there not paying your taxes. You should really just stab yourself in the thigh because that's something serious. You have to pay attention to that because the tax man will come and get you, right?
No, definitely.
I'm not saying you.
I got my Ferrari Simmons LLC, then I got my personal stuff.
Yeah, and there's a lot of write-offs you can.
Yeah, definitely.
You can do a lot of, especially
my accountant's a beast, man.
I'm talking about your haircut, your personality.
Man, listen, I put everything on the debit card, everything on my bank account. He digitizes my bank account, all that.
Yeah,
we super lit.
And I be trying to tell people all the time, it's best to pay from your accounts so you can have records. Because listen, in our business, a lot of cash is moving around.
Jordans, all them Jordans I be getting.
Yeah,
card.
And you want to report your cash. I'm gonna tell you because when it comes time for credit. And come time for you to go get you some shit, they gonna be like, well, how much money you make? You can be like, I make X, Y, Z, but where it's at? We don't see it.
Documentation.
It's not on paper, and therefore it does not exist. My weekend was stellar. My week, we was off for Ball Alert for a week.
Yeah, we was off, felt like a month.
Yeah, I was traveling. It does feel like an awful long time.
You can't do that too much off.
When we not on the air.
And a whole bunch of stuff happened too.
But it also happened in the middle of the week.
Damn.
It happened in the middle of the week. And matter of fact, let's just get right into it. In case you missed it.
Just in case you missed it.
If you've been hiding under a rock, then you don't know that Kanye West invited a lot of celebrities and young dignitaries and socialites out to
Wyoming.
Jackson Hole, Wyoming. Yeah,
that's the name of the city, right?
Jackson Hole is the place. It's
I had to look that up.
It's an actual famous recording facility, and a lot of people have recorded there. Not a lot of rappers, but yeah. So he had all these young dignitaries, celebrities, and media influencers, so forth and so on, come out there to debut. Yay!
I like the album.
The album, we gonna get into that. But including Paige, big shout out to Paige from Baller. She went out there and she got a taste of the festivities.
Litty.
You know? And before we get into this album, because we don't want to break this album down. You know,
break it all the way
we've
down.
been talking on the Baller Alert show about Ye and his choice of words and things he's been saying in the press. And Octavia, we're going to need you to represent for all women in the world in this conversation.
Well, I represent for the people who really don't care about Kanye anymore.
Oh, okay. Gunshot. Bow. Bow. Shooting pitches out the air.
I don't know, but carry on.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. So I'm built for it. Baller Nation, stay with me. So, I'm concerned a little, right? When I was watching the reports after Wyoming, I'm concerned a little bit. Because there's such thing as friends, right?
Elaborate, sir.
And Kanye's friends came out to support. There was a lot of backlash for certain artists for supporting and coming out and, just going to Wyoming and being a part of this spectacle, in which it was. I mean, it was rather impressive, all those private jets.
His presentation is always lavish.
But there was let's get the perfect word for you, millennials. It was quite a testament to who he inspires and who looks up to him. I mean, if you want to talk about notables who were in Wyoming, we could talk about Nas, we could talk about 2 Chainz, Chris Rock, Jonah, the white boy from the movie. He had literally, it was way more people than that.
Saha the Prince.
It was a whole lot. It was a whole lot of it. 070 Shake, we're gonna talk about that in a minute. Her verse on Ghost Town, unfucking real. Okay, but we're gonna just get into some things, right? So I want to start with the album, and I want to come back, and I want to just kind of dive all the way into to the whole thing, right? So
get to it.
As I cut the album almost immediately cut it off because I've been around y'all.
Okay.
Right? And I've been paying attention to social media, right? And I've been in my bag, right? Because, everybody knows my history. If you don't, I have a very long history. We'll get into that, too, with Kanye. And I'm very thoughtful when it comes to all celebrities here on the Baller Show. And I try to even spread it, right? So, but when I listened to the first couple of bars of I Thought About Killing You, I was concerned. I thought he had really jumped off the cliff. And I thought it was a outward cry, therapy, whatever you want to call it, for help. But as the song went on and that beat dropped, I really focused on the music, right? I got past the rhetoric and what he was saying initially and the whole thing, and I focused on the music. And I started to be more optimistic. I still was like, because of the intro of the song, which a lot of people don't let you get past the intro. A lot of people are not thoughtful enough to listen to the whole song or anybody's song. If they don't like the first couple seconds, it's a wrap. Which got me into Yikes.
My favorite record.
Yikes, he's on his Ye shit. He's on his braggadocious, his bravado. You know what I'm talking about? He's a, superhero. Then I got to All Mine featuring Ty Dolla $ign, which I thought was hella dope.
Good record.
I thought it was hella dope. I felt like it was more in the pocket. Even going into Wouldn't Leave, when he started saying he gave Kim the opportunity to leave in the midst of all the controversy, the latest controversy he was, creating. And then No Mistakes. I felt like back to back to back, those 3 records, he was back in pocket. Now, did I hear a single? I can't say I heard a single. Did I hear anything better than records on College Dropout and Graduate? I don't know. I'm just saying, people have their opinions. I've heard the most highest praise and I've heard the lowest. So I'm just giving you my personal opinion. I want to bring y'all in. Then there's Ghost Town. Ghost Town, first of all, I want to say 070 Shake. That's her name, right? Yes, Jules' artist. Is that her name?
070 Shake?
Yeah, okay. Shake. Is that 070 Shake? Double confirm that. But I felt like that should have been her song. If I'm Yes Jules, I'd have been lobbying with Kanye. Let me have this one, because I felt like as I listened to Kanye singing and doing whatever he was doing, on that song, I really didn't. And then hearing 07 O'Shea, that's her name, right? 07 O'Shea?
Yep.
So then after hearing her, I felt like he shouldn't have sang on the song. I felt like it wasn't clear. Like I think 808 and Heartbreaks, when you heard him sing for the first time and melodically in the auto-tune, I think he nailed it. But I don't know, for some reason it just didn't connect all the way. And lastly,
Violent Crimes. Clearly he talks about his daughter and the fears of raising her and what she could do or might not do, how men are, so forth and so on. And then there was a lot of Kim inspiration in that song. There was a lot of, wait, I don't want you to be what my wife is. Not that he said that. I mean, he mentioned body parts and how you wish. So my point is there was a lot of things in that was like, but it was such a contradictory to me. It was so contradictory to me. It was so like, whoa, like, and yes, for your daughter, you want these things, to stand the third. But then again, I'm being thoughtful. I'm thinking like, well, okay, this is his therapy. For all the men out there that think he's like, how do you deal with Shawty being naked all the time? Or how do you deal with all the things that and I'm speaking of his wife. And I think this was therapy on a lot of levels. And then he had obviously those things to say about his wishes for his daughter. So please, 7 songs. Let's talk about it. 7 songs is enough.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yes.
I could tell.
Shots. Bow.
That ain't even
Bow.
No, but I've been listening to Kanye. I've listened to every album. My favorite album is Late Registration, the second one. This is 8th album. Of course, I listened to it about 5 times. Yikes. I could tell that Yikes happened approximately around the time the TV, the slave comment, and everybody was on him because he was very cocky, but at the same time very thoughtful.
His shit on that.
That's my favorite song on the album. But I can tell that he's definitely a musical genius. And so in my opinion, sometimes when you're a genius in one area, you're really bad in another area. Right. That's getting his feelings across.
But did he say that on a lot of records?
Of course.
He was saying, like, I tried certain things, I just can't. I don't know how to. Like, he was saying these things throughout.
Again, that's why I'm over here like, bro, like, just use your gift. Like, the comment he made about the slaves and all that, maybe he could have creatively did that better in a record. Right. On a song instead of saying it, because you really have to break it all the way down to kind of get what he was saying.
Right.
But initially, you over here like, nah, bro, I don't want to hear all this shit.
Yeah, I think a lot of people just aren't smart enough, to be honest, to put all the pieces together to even try to understand. I think they hear something.
We just don't want to.
That's it.
But well, and not to mention our attention span is shot
that's what
right
I'm saying.
now.
Yeah. Everybody got other shit going on.
But as a person who is past the Kanye at this point,
right?
Who
once was a fan.
Who once was a fan. I still listen simply because I'm a music analyst, and what I'm saying, I have to hear what he's speaking to these people because he has a mass following, So when I first turned it on and, the murder thing and all that, premeditated, whatever, I was like, okay. And so I keep going to the next song. And the whole feeling of it for me was just depressing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's dark. Where it was really dark. And, every artist goes through things or whatever. This is where he is in his life. But the last song for me was the best song.
And what was Nicki Minaj's thing at the end?
Oh, and I love that too because she wrote that part that he said. Yeah, that was hard. I like that, and I like how he gave her credit for that. But me, especially in this time that we're in and how sensitive everybody is and stuff like that, I'm on a path going forward. I want to be uplifted. You know what I'm saying? I'm on the 444 still. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm at.
Super conscious.
So I don't want to hear this. I don't want to hear this.
Right.
So that's where I'm at with it.
Okay, but you don't think that like people that are going through that, like this is my thing.
But I'm just speaking about,
and that's what Jessica said. Jessica said this morning to me, she was like, it's amazing that he's so, braggadocious on one end with a song like Yikes, and then so timid and so
well, that's the bipolar thing he was talking about.
Exactly.
And a lot of people are bipolar.
Exactly.
And people aren't diagnosed for bipolar.
And he said he was just diagnosed last year.
He's 39.
When he was 39, so he's 40 now.
Bipolar. I'm telling you, man.
But my thing is this though. So knowing that, you know what I'm saying? Is it an envelope pushing thing culturally? Because a lot of people I'm talking about on social. I don't care. He said X, Y, and Z. I don't care. He said X, Y, and Z. And my point is like, okay, well, is he not important to the culture anymore? Is his contribution not worth anything at this point?
I just think people just don't want to tolerate that. It just
but you want to tolerate what? But but the difference is tolerate what? Like, what's the alternative? No, I'm just saying if we continue to
not hold people accountable.
Yeah, we gotta hold people accountable. We got to.
He was just in an uncontrolled space emotionally when he was on television. When you are on television and you have to have some type of control, you have to understand that there are people that listen to your every word and look up to you.
Yes.
So therefore, you cannot say certain things for people to take it the wrong way, which is what he did.
Yeah, but a lot of people took it the wrong way, and a lot of people didn't take it the wrong way.
But again, he intellectually did not say it in a way that the masses understood what he said. That's all I'm saying.
100% facts.
I guarantee you, if he would have put all that in a song, it would have came across exactly perfect how he wanted it to be. That my point is, he's a genius musically, but socially, he's not. He's probably the worst person you want to speak to socially on a public forum. I'm pretty sure individually.
Or speak for us, right?
Speak for us, the whole nine. That's all. That's my whole point. That's why I'd be like, bro, I'm cool. Like, I'm cool on you right now.
Because you do have some people, some white people who watch BET, be like, that is how people act. Watch Love and Hip Hop, man. That's how all black girls act.
Again, look at Jay-Z though. Look at his stance on everything. That's why I'm paying attention to everything. Jay-Z's kind of like,
yeah, he always is.
Changing for the greater good. That's what I say.
Changing right now. You changing on me, I ain't feeling. That's kind of like if you have a real friend and they be on some bullshit, you over here like, bruh, I'm pretty sure Jay-Z has reached out to Kanye. Hey, bruh, you good? You wilding right now. Kanye probably didn't take the advice or didn't take what he said or, all right, bro, I'm cool.
Well, I want to say this. So Nas had posted basically that, you know, Kanye was the artist, that he was the example of bravery and art, that he was musically.
He's definitely careless.
You know what I'm saying? And I think
he's fearless.
But my thing is like, I just think at an all-time high, our superheroes, and I said this before, our superheroes are, and mind you, they put themselves in this position a lot of the times. But when you are of the culture and you know what comes with the psyche of these types of artists or these types of, you know, gifts creatively to us, we got to be more understanding. I'm not saying forgive the comment, but the comment was wrong. I am saying forgive the overall action, because sometimes these creatives fucking have Tourette's at the mouth. Sometimes they say things that they just in the moment and they think it's coming out good and it comes out horrible. I just don't like killing off our superheroes.
We didn't kill him off.
No, people are, bro.
We held him accountable.
No, yeah, I'm with you.
He's really not a superhero of mine.
Yeah,
he's really not a superhero.
So who's a superhero? Give me an example of a superhero.
Angela Davis, Angela Rye right now. You know what I'm saying? The people who are really doing something, who are speaking intelligence. Amanda Seales, you know what I'm saying, right now. You know what I'm saying? Who's making noise out here, who's representing us in the highest light. You know what I'm saying? Who is making, you know, putting platforms out here for everybody to get it, showing people like myself as a black woman how to get it. You know what I'm saying? Jay-Z, you know what I'm saying? Who Jay-Z. Turned his life around and is representing for his kids.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I like how Jay-Z creates the narrative. He creates the narrative. He's not part of a falling in shambles on television. And then someone reading you on TV and then he just looking crazy on the TV. That was the craziest part for me. I just kind of felt let down when Kanye did that.
Yeah, I mean, we all felt let down with the comments. I just look at like the affection.
Genius, though.
I just look at the affection his peers have for him, and I think a lot of times people aren't appreciated for those efforts until they're gone. When they're gone, and then you could process all that happened, the whole.
Not to interrupt y'all, but he still had Donald Trump autograph the hat.
No, listen, the Donald Trump thing.
But that's gone to me now. You know what I'm saying? What's left is the college dropouts, the late registrations, the graduations. And it's like, that's the RIP.
My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is not anybody, no one loves that?
That was cool too, but it ain't, like, to me, the ones I just named were classics.
So you don't think the visuals in that were...
Runaway, the movie?
All of it.
Yeah, it was cool. I'm not a super 808 Heartbreaks fan.
At this point,
I was about to say 808 Heartbreaks wasn't game changing.
That wasn't game changing about it. I wasn't too thrilled about it.
It was game changing, but it was cool. I mean, it was cool.
Where do y'all think the Migos, like, where y'all, I'm not saying Migos get their whole style from. But I want to know what do y'all,
that doesn't mean we have to like
equate, it does not mean that. But as a curator of culture, Ferrari Simmons Burns,
yes, sir.
As a curator of culture, Octavia March Burns, y'all have a responsibility to put it in perspective. We ain't got to agree. Y'all don't have to agree with
No, we got you.
But y'all have, it's our responsibility to frame it in a way that it was intended. Right or wrong, our beliefs are not. And that's all I'm saying. Because it's a body of work. Did y'all?
I just represent a different part 100%.
Of the part of hip hop. To Kendrick Lamar
and that's not
J. Cole.
Huh?
I'd rather listen to Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole.
Kendrick is number one for me.
Yeah.
All day.
Yeah, I get it.
Kendrick's the king of rap.
I want to say this about Prince and Michael Jackson. Have y'all watch Rious? Reelz? Mm-hmm. They've been doing these reenactment stories. You got to watch these stories. And I want to say this. The majority of superheroes in general, music superheroes, I'm talking about white, black, and different. You can go to the 27 Club, which Kurt Cobain, Amy Winehouse, Jimi Hendrix all died at 27. Mm-hmm. You can look at Michael Jackson, how he was, beat as a child and never, got into his childhood. And you can look at Prince. His daddy and mama wanted to be artists, but they was Bible thumpers when, but then.
Sure, you can look at mass majority of all the jazz artists and how they shot up heroin and ended their life in their 20s.
Exactly. But my point is, these stories are fucked up. Like these stories that people go through with mental issues, not diagnosing, with growing up a certain way and taught certain things and all the bad things that don't help you have a great life.
Of slavery.
Exactly. But my point is, knowing all that, being conscious of all that, you know what I'm talking about, we have to be able to have some type of compassion and understanding for it. Not acceptance for bullshit and bullshit statements and dumb shit. I'm talking about at least try to put in perspective so there's understanding. Exactly. Because I just think the tearing down because of social media is crazy. Like, if you're not mentally stable.
I'm not tearing Kanye down.
No, not y'all. I'm saying society. They're not? What are y'all watching? You should look at Caesar's face when y'all say shit like that. Like,
I just think they're really holding him accountable, but they're
trying to kill. Bruh, they're trying to kill.
Where's his compassion for us when he put on that hat, or when he said the things he said?
What about when he got the autograph hat?
No, I am not saying that.
That's all in the same realm. Like, that came like
that's like his wife going to the fucking White House about
that shit either.
Prison reform. But my point is,
me neither.
But my point is, people do things for their own selfish gain at times, for their own purpose. I'm talking about how it's like me knowing all I know about certain motherfuckers and then letting that hate spew so the next motherfucker, so it can grow in it. That's all I'm saying.
Let's send somebody else to the White House, not Kim Kardashian, bro.
I mean, I'm not saying, do you get my point?
I got your point. I'm just
saying there's an election coming up. Stay woke.
Stay woke like a motherfucker, but that's a whole nother topic. So on to Drake and Pusha T.
One time for that Pusha T artwork.
One time for Pusha T.
Oh, so you love the artwork, even though Bobby
I didn't say I like the artwork.
Another thing.
Kanye did
another insensitive act.
That was insensitive.
How did Kanye do it when it's Pusha's album? I'm confused.
First of all, he bought
the label
and told Pusha, nope, this is the artwork.
Right. Just like he told me, let me redo all the beats.
Kanye
Pusha
said that?
T said it in an interview.
Oh, he said. So how do you feel about Pusha T's album?
I like it.
I like Pusha T's lyrics, and I like some of the beats on there.
So you just
I like Pusha T though. Before all this extra shit that's been going on.
Yeah, I like Pusha T in general.
I love Pusha T. I never loved his music. I mean, I've had some joints that I vibed, but it was never a thing. But this Drake thing is huge news. Man. This Drake thing is superseding any rap beef in a long time, including Drake and Meek.
The Sun thing?
Let's talk about that. That was the whole thing, right? So Drake came out with his offering, then Pusha T came out with his offering, and Pusha T, I'm talking about the facts or not, because he hasn't come out and said that's allegedly my child, right?
But he didn't say it wasn't.
But it was so personal.
Because you would make a statement, hey, that ain't my kid.
So why do you think he didn't do that?
Didn't do what?
Do what?
Why hasn't Drake come back with it? Because when it was him and Meek, it was every other day.
Hello?
And we're waiting.
Because he ain't find somebody like
Well,
Meek.
supposedly, Jay Prince ordered Drake not to respond.
He ordered?
Ooh.
Or suggested?
Suggested.
Why would you think that Drake has not responded when he has historically responded a lot
It went
quicker.
so deep. With Pusha T's response, Drake had to go deeper.
I mean, because it's real rap at the end of the day right now. Right here, this is a battle. We have a real old school battle with somebody. I'm not nothing against Meek Mill or anything like that, but that was kind of a millennial type battle type thing to me.
Right.
Now we getting into some like, oh, okay, we finna dig for this. It's like some real old school type of rap battle.
Pusha T came all around. First of all, the beat. The Jay-Z beat from the album, Story of OJ.
Mm-hmm.
Then he made Story of Adidon, which is infamously, I think, Drake's
Adidas offering, right?
Adidas offering, which supposedly is named after his son.
No, there's a lot of seemingly factual information.
But you see the similarity, though?
No, listen. I agree. I think what Pusha did was probably the biggest thing he's ever done in his career from a social standpoint.
Socially correct.
I think that, and I'm somewhat socially consumed as well. Like, I mean, Grinding was probably his biggest, record to date. In my opinion.
Obviously.
But this was like you did not expect Pusha T to come kill Drake.
And Drake
has been so witty and thoughtful with his battles.
Yeah.
And then he just says nothing for a week. I mean, it's too long.
And, Drake has fans. I don't know what Drake's fans are called. Because, Rihanna has the Navy and Beyonce has the Beehive.
The Drake fans.
Drake fans, like, they are like a cult following. They were all on Pusha T's page. Who are you? I've never heard of you before. But that boy Streams is heavily in rotation now. Pusha T Streams is lit.
Yeah. I just think that Drake is too witty and too smart not to have. Now, he might come out with something today, but I think I'm curious as to why not. And there's been reports that he was going to address this on his new album Scorpion.
That's the only thing I can think of. He probably is going to address it on the album. So now you have to get the album. That's the only thing that makes sense. Why address it now when the album is coming out in June?
You got way more success bars than
he's probably one of the most
Pusha could say. I mean, you have way more success bars. Success alone, it's a braggadocious sport.
Correct.
Go.
And he's the one.
So what? I got a son.
He's gonna say it on the album. It's coming on the album. I'm telling y'all. That's the only thing that makes sense. That's the only thing that's gonna get the streams heavily.
And I want to say this though: who would be proud of slipping up in a porn star? Who would be bragging about? Oh, I went raw on accident in a known porn star.
It's all good.
That's not all good. That's horrible. That's fucking infection. Like, I'm scared. Fuck you mean? Like,
right, that's all right.
Yeah. But no,
it's happening out here, boy. That shit crazy.
No, I'm just saying but I'm just saying at a certain point he has more success bars. Why are you not going
It's coming on the album. That's what I'm telling you. It's way too close to the album for him to put something out right now. Wait, put it on the album.
What was that thing that
But he tried that in the first disc. He was trying to say, you ain't, I sold millions or whatever like that.
But now
he was like pushing it like this to that hit. Boom, he hit him with something else. It was just like,
I'm not even a rapper, and the first thing I think about is I got way more paper than you. Then where's your brother? Then second, like I'm going.
Brother's saved.
No,
though,
it's
right?
fine. But that's what I'm saying. There's so many plays with. Okay, whatever. What was that performance this weekend that Pusha came out? And when I tell you he came out, it was like Jesus Christ entered the vineyard. Was the Philly picnic?
I mean, that's what hip hop is looking for. You know what I'm saying?
What performance was that though? Was it Roots Festival? Okay.
Roots Festival.
He came out. He had some weird shirt. Yeah, fact check that. But he had some weird shirt. When I tell you he came out, and I said I've never seen a crowd react to Pusha like that.
Well. He's definitely it's really like a dark skin, light skin thing too going on.
No, it's really about good bars versus bad bars. It's like, remember when Remy Ma?
I'm telling y'all, it's an underlying shit going on.
Hold up, trying to bring the light skin, dark skin thing back.
Remember when Remy
Pusha T
came
said
out?
it in the rap.
No, listen.
Your hair ain't nap enough.
Look, remember when Remy came with that disc on the ether?
Yeah.
You remember how crazy everybody went for that?
Yeah.
Now you have this.
But then she dropped, hold on, but Remy fucked up and dropped another disc and it wasn't good. Remember that?
It was horrible.
After the ether?
Yes,
Yeah,
after
she tried to go in.
She dropped another disc, and the song.
That's why you don't
really
See, nobody remembers that.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm saying,
if you don't know it, no one knows.
That's how the shit died down so fast. Had she would have just did Sheether,
But I'm saying,
it would have been
I'm
still
just
a
speaking
high.
on how the crowd reacted to the ether record.
Correct.
And then that's how I feel like they're reacting to this, to the the story of Adidon or whatever record.
Wow.
People just.
Did you see the porn star's face? Okay, we'll leave that for another episode. And now it's time for Baller, man.
Message. Okay, hey, what's up for all my Baller Nation that sent me this? I had like several. It's actually a group chat baller mail. These girls that send me these in a group chat, they send me things.
They probably all chocolate too.
Nah, chocolate and caramel.
Also, you follow them all back.
Definitely.
Freakadeek.
7 reasons why you may not be ready for marriage. Peach Kiss, what up?
Oh, Peach Kiss, okay.
Yeah, been a while.
She was in the club this weekend with sitting on the ground.
All of your friends are getting married, and for some reason you can't find Mr. Right. Does it seem like every man you get seems to run for the hills when the subject of marriage gets brought up? It may be that you're not marriage material. Although many women want to get married, it is possible that some may not be marriage material. Here are 7 reasons why.
Come on.
You're not marriage material if you refuse to grow up. You're 25, but you act like you're 15. Every time things don't go your way, you become bratty. You run back to mom and dad every time you need help. Rather than use your own problem solving skills. Men aren't looking to adopt a kid when they are with you. You're actually scaring them away. Your reputation precedes you. People talk, gossip flies. If your dirty past finds its way into your future, this could be the reason why men are less likely to put a ring on it. The best thing you can do in this situation is be open and upfront from the beginning. As long as you laid the cards on the table, no one else could come back to tell your mate anything different. Number 3, you are jealous and insecure. If you can't trust him, you're only going to drive him away. Men only think one of 2 things when they deal with a jealous woman. They either think that you are crazy and that they'll have genital sniffings and thorough comb through of their car, or they think that you may be onto no good and that it's your conscience acting up. No man wants his wife to be a parole officer. If you want to read the other ones, log on to ballalert.com. So, why do you think most women aren't marriage material? Old Yoda, Kenny Burns?
Old Yoda.
Old Yoda.
Jesus Christ.
O-L-O-L. Old Yoda.
No. You said oldest. Being the oldest tenured married person in the building, I just think if you're a selfish person, marriage isn't for you. And I mean that. Like, selfish in the, like, you got to have what you got to have and that's it. You're not willing to share. Like, you have to have things a certain way, this, that, and the third. Now, I've been married 19 years. It's October. And yeah, thank you. But I clearly don't like different, like, milk. If I drink Horizon 2% lactose-free milk, that's the milk I want. And my wife would occasionally buy some other type of milk, like, try this. But no, I don't want to try that. Now, that kind of selfish is okay because you just like certain things. I'm talking about selfish where you're going to put yourself first before the family. You're going to put yourself first before your mate. You're not really built for marriage if you're that. You know what I mean? And I will tell you this. It gets harder as you get older to find a partner because, see, 9 times out of 10 in a partnership, you grow together. Meaning you grow up together. You experience things together. And there's certain things that happen in your 20s that you should try to grow up with another person with. You know what I'm saying? Things you should go through with another person because that is your experimental age. You're trying to figure it out. You're learning who you are. You're learning what, turns you on sexually, what you are willing to do sexually, what you're willing to do professionally, where you're willing to move, things you're willing to do. And by the time you get to 30, you're kind of like, traveled enough places, been enough places. I know I want to be here. I want to do this. This is the profession I've 9 times out of 10 chose. Ain't too much bending in that. And then, meeting somebody in your 30s and 40s gets harder because you're more set in your ways. And the more you're set in your ways, the harder it is for somebody to try to come in and be a part of that space. So you can't be selfish if you want to be married.
So let me ask you a question. Do you think that people should get married before the age of 30?
I think people should dive into the possibility of getting married in their 20s. In that way, they can
higher 20s, mid 20s.
I think 20s. Period. Some people mature fast enough, but I definitely think before you're 30. And the reason I think that is because at the end of the day, if you look at like, where you're at in your life, 9 times out of 10, you're just coming out of college. You just finished. You're going into the army. You're coming out the army. All these things are happening. In your 20s, and I think that those are life-defining things. And if someone's not a part of that, then there's a whole piece of your life, like a major piece to your early life that they're not a part of. You know what I mean? And I gave those as examples, but obviously, different strokes for different folks. But I think, you got to really assess that, because by the time you get in your 30s, you've done enough life. You're like, wait, why would I even listen to you with that? You weren't there, or, not that you're saying that, but subconsciously you're thinking that. Like, you don't know my life. You wasn't with me. You couldn't possibly understand. No, I was right there. You're tripping. And then they would have to listen if you were.
I do want to talk about the male psyche, because, oftentimes we tend to mature very slow compared to a woman. Because I've always seen that women be ready to get married or ready for, a very committed 100% all the way in relationship at like 21.
Yeah.
And I've seen that, most males,
this Generation X,
most males, definitely in this generation, like most males, they ain't ready to settle down until, late 20s.
Yeah, I think you should kind of wait until your 30s to want to potentially get married or whatever.
Late 30s, mid 30s, early 30s?
It could be whenever in your 30s. But I think 20s when you need to just go out. You're coming out of high school, like, from your teenage years, you're going into college and all that stuff if you haven't, already been in there. But, you're just finding your way. You're trying to get your career together. So you're finding out who you are. And I think it's important to know yourself first and, accept yourself before you can, try to add something else to your life.
I just think it's a chemical imbalance in men. Women are a lot more sure on that department than us, because I think in our 20s as a man, like, we're kind of like trying to figure out, okay, I'm a man. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, what I want to do, what I want to become. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just so focused on like the grind, the hustle. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right, it could be what you're focused on. Like you said, what you focus on. If you're trying to, make it in your career, trying to get money or whatever like that, and you're so focused on trying to be in a relationship, trying to be a good girlfriend or a good boyfriend or whatever like that, and stressing yourself over something that, whoever may not like or whatever, I just feel like it's kind of distracting.
Yeah, I think too that whatever distractions comes from, especially for men, whatever distractions come from the opposite sex, or, in the process of trying to figure yourself out, locking in early excludes all that. You know what I'm saying? It kind of puts you in a frame of mind to focus on home and realize that that's what's most important.
That's the most important thing.
You know what I'm saying? And then everything else kind of falls in place. I think, a lot of confusion comes with people thinking there's something else, or thinking it's going to be better, or thinking there's another version out there that exists for them that's going to, put them in this whole, and box of experience.
And I hate to say it, but, for a man to not cheat, that is a job. That is a job, bro. Because when 9 times out of 10, when someone sees a nice, faithful man, that's very attractive to the opposite sex.
They go ham sandwich.
You know what I'm saying? So when you're a faithful man, you over here like, shit.
Matrix.
Oh no. Shit. Hey, well, you ain't gonna say that. Shit. You over here, that shit is it's a whole bunch of fuckery going on, boy.
Yeah, they don't play.
They trying to get you, boy.
Because there's not a lot of people out there that are in relationships, and I think their psyche is more.
But it's a lot of open relationships too.
Could
now.
have, or
don't forget to put that on the table. There's a lot of open relationships now. Are you cool with all that? Are you cool? All right, shit. You want to pick them up?
Yeah, that's sexual preference, I guess. But as far as relationships, you just gotta, you can't be selfish and expect to get in one. And then you also too gotta look at what happens in your 20s. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you're trying to figure out yourself. Yeah, you're trying to, get your coin and you're trying to grow, you know what I'm saying? But like imagine building that with somebody that's like-minded. Because then, you know, you run across a bunch of motherfuckers that ain't on your page. I'm talking about professionally, personally, you know, and it's nothing like building something and seeing the fruits of your hard work and your labor, because it don't get easy. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Right. It will get easier come, you know, the latter portion and you're older and you've, you know, accomplished your saving goals, your kids are great, and all you got to do is talk about what, you know, life has given you, which at that point is gold. If your kids are healthy, doing what they supposed to do, if you can have conversation and dialogue, still laugh, still want to hold hands. My point is, like, you just waste a lot of time. And I feel like I say this all the time on Baller Radio. Yeah, people really, honestly, really waste people's time these days. Because you go 6-7 years in a relationship. I mentor a whole bunch of people. You wasting people's time 6-7 years of their life and y'all ain't trying to do nothing with it. Especially if you know somebody gonna hold you down and do right by you and do the things that other people haven't done. Now what you gonna experience different? You know what I'm saying? I mean, obviously you gonna get some new. It's gonna be a new sexual experience. Obviously, sex in any relationship at the beginning is, oh my God, this is the You know what I'm talking about? But then that wears off, and then what? You miss the way she used to fry them eggs. You know what I'm talking about? You missed the way he used to pick you up. You know what I'm talking about?
Word.
To take you. I'm just saying, like, you just got to really realize what's for you. And like I said at the beginning, if you're selfish, then, you know.
But I think if you are single, that's the perfect time to be extremely selfish.
I mean, yeah, and there's a period in life you should be. But I think when you start having sex, at that point, that should be your figure it out. I'm going to try this, that, and the third. I'm going to find out who I am sexually. By the time you're in your mid-20s, you pretty much know who you are sexually.
They don't have a class about this. I'm telling you.
They don't have a class.
Definitely have a class.
But you know who you are sexually, and there's no real trying to. After that, it's really like your business-minded your business mind should kick in. How am I going to live? What's going to be my path, you know what I'm saying, in business? What am I going to do professionally? So I think 20s are a great year to figure some stuff out, but by the end of your 20s, you got to lock in.
20s have a lot of distractions, though. In your 20s, it's a lot.
40s have a lot of distractions.
Well, I ain't been there yet, but
yeah, just letting you know. But you got to be focused on what you're trying to do. And to be honest, I want to say this to everybody out there in Baller Nation: if you believe in karma, it applies to you.
Good karma and bad karma.
If you believe in karma, it applies to you. Some people don't believe in it, so don't you be wondering why that motherfucker's an asshole. He done shot 14 motherfuckers. He getting all the money in the world. You know what I'm talking about? No, trust me, his day coming. But if you believe in karma, it applies to you. So yeah, y'all good? That shit good?
No, yeah, it's cool. It's cool.
All right.
Hey, keep the baller mail coming, y'all. At Ferrari Simmons, holla at me. One time for my group chat, they said not to mention them, so you know. But yeah, we finna have a conversation after they watch the episode.
All right, cool. And now it's time for comment creeping. Sue Solo, we gonna hold you down.
Creep. Playing from it 4 times. Creep.
All right, y'all know who Lyra Galore is? Huh?
Rick Ross X.
Who that is?
She had a really large gluteus maximus. It's really large.
Okay, Lyra.
So she posts a picture and it says crack is whack, but in this case, you know, showing a crack.
Oh, let me see.
You can definitely see the line right there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, all right. That there.
So Heavenly Ops says, how many dicks did you have to suck to get where you are today in life?
Vicious.
Shaking my head. Now, she says, how many did you suck and yet you're nowhere?
Ooh.
Furthermore, she didn't deny the allegations. Very funny.
Ooh.
Also, one more.
Yeah, right. Can Sue hurry up back so she can BMKEE2X.
When y'all finna make a new Friday, Ice Cube? Finishing the script. So a new Friday is on the way.
I can't wait to see that. That's one of my favorite franchises.
Is Chris Tucker gonna be in the movie though?
Nah, I need Mike Epps over Chris Tucker.
Why not both? Chris Tucker made Friday.
Hello.
There wouldn't be no Friday without Chris Tucker.
It does not matter. Mike Epps and then Cat Williams. You need all of them. Like I would like to see all
everybody.
I would like to
Chris
see all
Tucker has to be in it,
exactly.
man.
But I saw Mike Epps in some of the promos.
It gotta be called like The Last Friday.
It's a really dope franchise.
It can't stop. It gotta be the Friday before last.
I just want to have all of them.
The Friday before last.
And everybody.
I like that.
That's kind of hard.
That's hard. All right, now it's time for Confucius Sex. You see that little motherfucker in the back? She did that. She was on time, and she
walked in during the set.
Yeah, she was late though. We ain't gonna get it. My happy Monday this week, I posted, never compare your grind with others. You are not the same. A lot of times we get caught up out here, you know, even myself, when I was 20 years old, I patterned my whole life after Sean Puff Daddy Combs. I said, I got to have a record label by 23. By 24, I got to have a club. I tried to emulate success I had seen. But that wasn't my journey. I wasn't supposed to be bad boy duh. That means part 2 for you Frenchless motherfuckers. I was supposed to walk on my own journey. I was supposed to identify life as I knew it and walk down my path that I called. And when we compare ourselves to other people, what they doing and how they doing it, comparing is crippling. Comparing puts you in a mindset that you have to be like rather than you have to be you. I'm not trying to be like nobody else, even Mike. So go forth, Baller Nation, and be you. The dream is real. We did that.
Hey, LeBron and 7.
LeBron, oh, Jesus.
Baller alert! The dream is real.